Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Secretary, thank you for coming back this year. Enjoyed our conversation last year. I want to start off by saying thank you. We had, and I want to echo the chairman's comments on cotton and dairy and how you committed to work with us, and you have, as has the administration. So thank you on that. Also, I'd like to think if your staff properly prepared you, you probably already know the question I'm going to ask you before I'm going to ask it, because it's similar to the one from last year. But I do want to revisit the USDA's Food Safety and Inspection Service Catfish Inspection Program. And there's pretty much two issues here. First, after our conversation from last year, I was actually disappointed to see that same proposal to show up on page 48 again, wanting to remove the catfish inspection from the USDA, which is doing a phenomenal job on providing for our food safety and inspection, and moving it back to the FDA, which did a horrible job. And I think, but I won't dwell on that just yet. I'll give you an opportunity to speak. But moving on to Vietnam, and some facts is since 2016, the program has turned away hundreds of tons of imported catfish because they contain dangerous chemicals and drugs banned in the U.S. I mean, hundreds of tons that they kept from our dinner tables here in America. And thanks to the Food Safety Inspection Service's good work, American consumers have confidence that they're consuming safe and quality food. And so the 2008 Farm Bill moved, basically put the food safety inspection of catfish to the USDA. Again, in 2014, same bill. It's been done under Democrat-controlled Congress and presidents, as well as Republican-controlled Congress and presidents. And so I think you get the point. And now, 2 years later, hundreds of millions of pounds of catfish rejections later, Vietnam has complained to the World Trade Organization that something Congress did in 2008 by law almost 10 years ago is now unfair. And because FISIS is requiring Vietnam to have food safety systems at least equivalent to, not the same, but equivalent to the U.S., they're saying that that's unfair. I don't think it's unfair. I think, this argument between USDA and FDA is political. But I think, I know several of my colleagues on this committee in the past have agreed that they think the catfish inspection programs should rightfully be in USDA, where they're doing a phenomenal job, and where FDA has not been able to have the same successful record that you've had, and that the food safety is important to the American people. So I'd allow you the opportunity to comment. Do you think, requiring other countries that import foods into America to have at least equivalent safety inspections, do you believe that to be fair?
Well, absolutely. The silliness of the Vietnam case is that it's the same standards that we hold our domestic producers to. And as you indicated, this has gone on for a while. So the very fact that they would allege that we're treating them unfairly while we have our own domestic producers, both wild-caught and domestic, for those same standards doesn't make any sense. I don't think the case will go anywhere at all, but it's important. Obviously, you made a statement that I don't think anyone can disagree with, that food safety is critically important. It's one of the most important things that we do, and we take that very seriously. I'm not sure about the FDA, and there are several issues I think that we would like to address with the FDA over responsibilities going forward.
I appreciate that. Again, to echo, prior to the USDA taking over the inspections, I'm assuming hundreds of tons of catfish were actually making it onto the American consumers' tables that contained dangerous chemicals that we do not want and we would not accept. And USDA, once they took on the responsibility, I guess they took it seriously, and they've done a fantastic job. And I think, the American people would like to continue to see y'all do that. And second, so the omnibus bill, the fiscal year 18 omnibus bill, provide ample funding for the Food Safety Inspection Service. Are you committed to ensuring that money makes its way to the Food Safety Inspection Services? Do you see a reason why it wouldn't comply with the law?
Absolutely, sir. I think, again, we view food safety as one of those zero tolerance issues. Obviously, USDA has a lot of responsibility in making sure that the public not only gets safe food, but perceives the food that they're safe is operating under safe conditions, both those that we're importing and that is locally, domestically produced.
Well, Mr. Secretary, thank you, and we appreciate what USDA does for America. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.